What's up, guys? My name is Jordan the Giant Cassad, 1/3 of the Roundtable, and you're watching Roundtable TV. Today we're going to try out something new. We definitely want to get this channel rolling. We all want to do some fun content, me, Jason, and Luke. So I'm going to start this new, hopefully weekly, wrestling news show where we talk about the biggest news in professional wrestling today. So I do have a bunch of different news stories to talk about today, but first I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and share with your fellow wrestling marks. Also, I would love to hear your opinions on all of the matters I talk about today down in the comments section, so please comment below. So much is going on in the professional wrestling world. Today, WWE announced that WrestleMania 37, that's WrestleMania 2021, that's next year's WrestleMania, will be held in the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. I find this super exciting. I was hoping for Los Angeles, maybe Las Vegas. That would have been cool too, because Las Vegas is pretty cheap to travel to, so that would be pretty fun. I need to go to another WrestleMania. I was at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, and like honestly, anybody, not even wrestling fans, I would be like, you need to go to a WrestleMania. It is a spectacle. It's outrageous. It's the best thing I've ever done, and I suggest anybody goes to a WrestleMania. And Los Angeles is getting another WrestleMania. They had one, WrestleMania 21, and now WrestleMania 2021. Pretty weird, but very exciting. I'm excited. SoFi Stadium, I believe SoFi is how you say it, will be the new home of the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers. So that's very exciting. It can hold over 100,000 people for like a Super Bowl or WrestleMania. I think it's like 70,000, but for like a big show, they can expand it up to 100,000. That's crazy. And I would love to see another 100,000 attendance record for WrestleMania on the first year of a new stadium. Very exciting news for the WWE. I'm excited. I love when they announce where WrestleMania is, because it could be anywhere. I'm hoping we get another close one. We had New York this last year, and I should have went. Like seriously, it's like 3 hours away from me, and I didn't fucking go, and that upsets me. But it's okay. I'm hoping maybe I can work it out and go to Los Angeles. I've always wanted to go to Los Angeles, so it would be very cool to go to Hollywood. So yes, another very interesting news story I saw was about UFC fighter Jon Jones. Jon Bones Jones, I believe is what he goes by. I'm not a big UFC fan. I'm not a big boxing fan. I'm a professional wrestling fan. I like the fake stuff. But he successfully defended his UFC light heavyweight championship at UFC 247 this past Saturday. But a very interesting article with Sports Illustrated, he said, and this is a quote here, "I think it is inevitable. I've always respected WWE, and I feel like it's like the sports could be so similar." So he's talking about possibly, like, I could see myself in the WWE one day. I have the size and the athleticism and the following to transfer over really well. To get the opportunity just to show up, even as a special guest, would be a dream come true. Sounds like somebody is hearing about these paydays that people like Tyson Fury, Cain Velasquez, Brock Lesnar, and Ronda Rousey are getting. What do you guys think about that? Because personally, I don't care for Jon Jones. I don't like the name. I just don't care for him. I know he has some like controversy around him. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not gonna lie. Drugs maybe. But anyways, Jon Jones, I don't want to see more UFC fighters in WWE. I think that is a ridiculous trend that needs to end as soon as possible. Tyson Fury was another one this year. Like, nobody knew who he was. I know he's a big name in boxing, but in wrestling, who really cares about Tyson Fury? Who was actually excited to see him wrestle? I personally was not. I do see Cain Velasquez as kind of a good signing, because I saw what he's done in Mexico. He had a pretty fun match. But then he had that match with Brock Lesnar, and I'm just like, ugh, was it worth it? No, it's not. And then I guess they signed him for multiple years, so we'll be seeing more of Cain Velasquez. I really don't like UFC fighters trending into the WWE. Ronda Rousey was kind of an exception too, but like really, I don't know. I hope she doesn't come back in a way. I don't like how Brock Lesnar is this unbeatable guy. I want it to end. It's a trend I don't enjoy. The only UFC fighter that I would like to see get into the ring, and maybe as like a special guest thing, maybe not even a match, is Conor McGregor. That would be fun. I highly doubt he would follow the rules and not say the F word every 5 minutes, but it would be pretty fun to see Conor McGregor in a WWE ring. But John Jones really wouldn't do it for me. What do you guys think? Make sure you comment below. I want to hear what you think about everything I'm talking about here today. So yeah. The next news story I was reading up on is the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. Apparently WWE has been offering them a lot of money to stay under the WWE umbrella. So up to over $700,000 each. That's a lot of money for a tag team that they haven't utilized very well so far. So I think $700,000 is a lot of money for the Revival. Like, to offer them $700,000 plus is kind of crazy to me. They're not going to use them the way that they're acting like, unless they're planning something for them. But lately, they haven't done much. They might have been the champions real quick, but is it necessary to keep them around for that much money? I don't think so. I really don't. And then Dawson tweeted, "I'm not asking to be champions. I just want creative control." I don't think they deserve creative control. I mean, this is professional wrestling. It's been like this for years. Like, you do what you're told. And I don't know. I do agree, like, they are a great tag team. I love the Revival, but I think they're asking for too much here. They don't want $700,000. They're not accepting it. And then also, they want creative control. That's a lot. That's asking for a lot. And then also recently they used the same lawyer that Cody Rhodes, Jim Ross, and multiple others in AEW have used. They used the same lawyer to file trademarks for hashtag FTRKO. So fuck the RKO, or forever the RKO, however you look at it. But why the RKO? Why not just FTR? That's weird, because like, they were just teaming with Randy Orton. So I'm confused on why they would do FTRKO. What does it mean? They also trademarked Shatter Machine. What does Shatter Machine mean to the Revival? Possibly going into All Elite Wrestling. I do really hope that they leave WWE. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't really like AEW. I want to see the Revival versus the Young Bucks. Put that on pay-per-view. I will actually order an AEW pay-per-view for the Revival versus the Young Bucks. That match sounds incredible. So do it, please. The WWE's not using them. They're offering them a lot of money because I don't think they want to see that Revival versus Young Bucks, because they know even people like me will put their money towards that matchup. So I hope we get that. So also, big news today, Simone Johnson, daughter of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, has signed with the WWE Performance Center. So in the coming years, we might see her in NXT, and that is so exciting. That a fourth generation superstar she would be, debuting in NXT or WWE, whatever they do with her. I really, really hope she has half the talent her dad did. Like, I hope she is phenomenal. I really hope we have another Charlotte Flair where she could be arguably better than her father. And that's just all I can hope for, because if not, WWE's probably going to shove her down our throats no matter what. But it's very exciting for her. I can tell she loves professional wrestling. If you just go to her Twitter, you can tell. Like, she is so happy to be where she's at. They just announced she's there, but I think she's been there for a while just based on her tweets. She tweets about other wrestlers and how she hangs out with them all the time. She just lives in the area, so maybe she just lives in the area. So, but yeah, very exciting for her. Very exciting as a fan. We might get to see her flourish into a fantastic competitor coming soon. A company that I don't really follow in 2020, but has been around for a good while, and I did used to follow pretty closely back when they were TNA, is Impact Wrestling. And they announced this week that Ken Shamrock will be joining their Hall of Fame at Bound for Glory this year. He joins Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Earl Hebner, Gail Kim, Team 3D, and Abyss in the Impact Hall of Fame. Very exciting news for Ken Shamrock. I didn't really know much of him in Impact Wrestling. I know he's currently wrestling, which is pretty fun. But in 2002, he won the vacant NWA TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So that's pretty cool to know. And now he's going into their Hall of Fame. It seems like he just doesn't seem like a name that like pops to mind when I think TNA Hall of Fame or Impact Hall of Fame. I'm sure AJ Styles, I feel like Dixie Carter is in their Hall of Fame. But yeah, I don't know. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, those guys will probably be out of contract with WWE pretty soon. So, but Ken Shamrock is joining. Pretty exciting for him. Congrats to him. Another story going around lately is Sting. Very exciting. Apparently he is clear to wrestle. And he still hasn't had his very much dream match against The Undertaker. And there's rumors going around right now saying that we might be getting it this year at WrestleMania. The Undertaker versus Sting. I know a lot of people are like, do I want that match this far into their careers? And for me personally, please do it. Do it. I want to see it because like I think no matter how old they are, the face-to-face is going to be worth it. Just seeing them in a ring together is going to be worth it. And I know Undertaker can still go. I mean, Sting hasn't wrestled in, 4 years? So I don't know. I really hope it's a good match, and I hope it happens at WrestleMania this year. The rumors was for Super Showdown, but I feel like they're going to hold that out for WrestleMania. If not, then I feel like we're going to be hearing about it this week, probably, on TV, because Super Showdown is in like a week or two. So they better get building up if it's going to happen there. But I did hear that Sting wants The Fiend too, so that would be a cool match. But let's worry about Undertaker first, because that's a dream match that they shit the bed. It should have been Sting versus Undertaker when they had the chance, but they wasted their time and did Triple H and Seth Rollins. So Sting could have had more matches if they didn't just throw him in there with Rollins. We could have had Sting versus Undertaker. That's what it should have been first. That should have been their first priority. But I get shit happens, so maybe they just didn't think he'd get injured. So I don't know. So another thing I want to talk about. We talked about all this news, but let's talk about this week in wrestling. What's happening this week? Now, I'm filming this at like 8 o'clock at night, so Monday Night Raw, it is Monday, is happening right now. So I have no clue what's happening on Monday Night Raw at this moment, but I do know that they're advertising Becky Lynch versus Asuka, and Rollins and Murphy, and AOP versus Joe, KO, and the Viking Raiders. So 2 big matches on Monday Night Raw tonight. I hope it's fun. The second I'm done filming this, I'll be watching Monday Night Raw, so I'm excited. Nothing is currently advertised for NXT this week, but I'm sure we're going to get some nice build-up to TakeOver Portland that is this Sunday, and we're going to talk about that here in a few minutes too. But I'm sure we might see some backlash for Velveteen Dream coming back and attacking the Undisputed Era. So I'm sure NXT is going to be great this week. We're going to be building up that last go-home show for NXT TakeOver Portland this Sunday. AEW Dynamite, I've said before, not the biggest fan of AEW, but we have Dustin Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara. We have Jon Moxley versus Santana in an eye-for-an-eye match. I don't know what that means, but they both have eye patches on currently, and I assume they're going for the other eye. That might be interesting. So, and then we have Riho versus Nyla Rose for the Women's Championship. And then I believe I did just read that MJF is facing Jungle Boy. So I assume MJF and Cody Rhodes are going to have some more build-up to their big match coming up, because they just had that 10 lashes, which personally I think was so stupid, because why is Cody... we all know. I know he can't wrestle for the title because he signed a contract for his match, but he is like the executive officer of the company. Why is he putting himself in these situations? All he has to do, and we know it because they say it on screen, the EVP, Cody, whatever. Why is he putting himself in these situations where, I'll take 10 slashes to the back and to be able to fight you at Revolution or whatever, whenever they're fighting or wrestling? Why does the president or executive officer put himself? We're not stupid. We know, and they say on screen that he is the fucking executive. I can't even think of what he actually is, but I do know, he's not just a normal wrestler. He can make matches, I'm sure. Why, like, we're not stupid. Like, I don't know, maybe you guys can explain it more. I'm not completely caught up on Dynamite. I definitely watch NXT because it's the better show in my opinion. But obviously I'm not watching all of Dynamite because I'm not sure why, like, Cody puts himself in those situations. He doesn't need to because whether it's storyline or not, he's bigger in the company. He can do what he wants, and I just don't understand. SmackDown, Valentine's Day. Otis and Mandy Rose are going on a date. That's exciting. So we'll see what happens there. That's been a pretty fun storyline, seeing what can happen, what will happen. God knows. So we'll see. This Friday on SmackDown, will Goldberg show up? That's my question, because he didn't show up last week, and they said, oh, for the first time ever, he'll be on Friday Night SmackDown. Okay. Via satellite? That was bullshit. I would have been pissed if I would have bought tickets to go see Goldberg, and he was via satellite. Come on. So we'll see. Will Goldberg show up? I don't know if he's advertised. I don't think he's advertised. But I assume they're going to be building up more of this match between him and The Fiend. I heard rumors that the Goldberg might win. I really hope not, because The Fiend can't take that loss yet, and definitely not to Goldberg. That would be bullshit. People would reject that so bad, and I really hope they don't go down that path. And I did read today that will be happening. I really hope not. I do think The Fiend is getting stale, but I don't think he needs to lose to Goldberg of all people. Like, save it till Mania, have Roman beat him. I'd rather not that either, but I'd rather that than Goldberg. Will we have more dog food on Friday Night SmackDown? That's a good question. I guess we'll see. My dog's looking at me. He's excited. He's hungry. But yes, I hope that Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin, I assume it's going to end with Super Showdown, so we're going to see that fold probably for another 2 weeks until Super Showdown. But hopefully keep the dog food out of it. That shit is nasty. I would not be able to do that as a wrestler. They're like, oh, we're going to drench you in dog food tonight. I'd be like, sorry, can't do it. That is disgusting. Like, when I have to feed my dog the wet food, I'm like trying to give it to him. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's disgusting. I would not be able to get that thrown on me. I do know somebody who was there who said that it was definitely chilly, but still, ew, gross. But yes, so SmackDown, I'm sure will be fun with Otis and Mandy. I don't know what else they have planned. That's all that's announced so far. But yes, at the end of this week will be NXT TakeOver Portland. We have a fantastic card building up here. We have Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the championship. Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano. Fish and O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era versus the Broserweights. And Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox in a street fight. Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic for the North American Championship, and Adam Cole versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship. I assume Velveteen Dream and Roderick Strong will be going at it too, but that hasn't been announced yet. I really hope that NXT TakeOver Portland is a test, and that's how I'm looking at it. Is they want to see, can NXT fill up a big arena like that without having WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series tied in with it. Because it's a big show. It's the first time they're having a takeover other than the one 25, but that was a smaller arena anyways, on their own. So I think they're testing to see if they can start putting NXT on the road weekly, which I think they need to do. And I'm sorry for people in Florida who love having NXT there every week. NXT TV needs to go on the road. Maybe they can do like the third Wednesday of every month. Full Sail gets an NXT, but NXT really needs to be on the road right now, whether you like it or not. That's facts. But yes, that's all I have today. I'm very excited for TakeOver Portland. What do you guys think about this upcoming week in wrestling? What do you think about all of this news I talked about today? I want to hear your opinions down in the comments below, so please comment below. Like this video, subscribe for more. We're going to do this every week. We're going to have plenty of other different material on this channel for you guys. Wrestling, there might be some football stuff coming up. Wrestling figures, a lot of fun stuff. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.